Well, greetings, friends. I'm Bill Watson, and I wanted to take an opportunity to invite all of you to a very informative meeting that I'll be hosting along with a colleague of mine, Mr. Wayne Hendricks, on behalf of the Church of God International. August 15th, mark your calendar, over in Akron, Ohio at the Holiday Inn, right off Route 18. That's the exit off I-77. Mr. Hendricks and I, we will be reviewing many of the geopolitical events that have been occurring over the global landscape that you and I live in, and adding some context to those occurrences as we attempt to fit them into the prophetic puzzle of your Bible. At 11 a.m., Mr. Hendricks, he will be covering some particulars, the broad particulars regarding the Middle East and how today the real possibility lies right in front of us of a caliphate nation rising up right in front of our eyes, perhaps taking on and coalescing into the very prophetic king of the South. At 2:30 in the afternoon session, I'll be covering how some of these events have the potentiality of possibly affecting us here in the United States, and how you and I could begin and should begin to prepare for entering into this area now of higher risk. I mean, let's face it, there is a sense of urgency all around the global community today. China's rising. Russia is rising. There lies a real threat that the American dollar is going to be replaced by another currency and no longer will be the world's reserve standard currency. Iran continues to spread its rhetoric and illustrating its desire of wanting to have nuclear weapons, running the risk of a whole arms war erupting and emerging out there in the Middle East. And not to mention the fact, of course, that that Middle Eastern spring continues to spread and even accelerate now in some respects, with greater appeal even to the West from some of these jihadist groups which are recruiting people to become part of their group, whether it be Al-Qaeda, whether it be ISIL or Boko Haram. My friends, we are living in some very dynamic times, and yet the United States is MIA. It's not standing in the gap. Why? Why isn't the United States standing in the gap? What has caused it to become such a paper tiger? Well, these are some of the questions that we're going to be addressing at this prophecy conference on August 15th over there in Akron, Ohio at the Holiday Inn right off I-77 and Route 18. The address there, 4073 Medina Road, Akron, but it's actually right there in a suburb called Fairlawn off that Route 18 exit. Also, I would like to recommend that if you would, pay us the courtesy of going ahead and listing a registration for yourself and whoever's coming over at armorofgod.info, armorofgod.info. We would appreciate that so that it will help us to better plan. And by the way, there won't be any collections taken up, so we wanted to make that clear. So come on down on August 15th over at the Holiday Inn there in Fairlawn, Akron, Ohio, right off I-77, the Route 18 exit. Bring a friend, bring a family member so that we can share this very vital and urgent information to those that you care about. We hope to see you there.